Jason. How are you?
I'm well, Jay. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So you're here on the Kerrang tour.
I am.
How's it going?
It's going very well. Granted, the bands that we are involved with in this whole tour in itself is very, it puts us in a very grateful and appreciative position. Aside from the SJM concerts wanting to remove us from the tour.
Okay, let's go on to that for a little bit. I'm going to take a guess at why. Is it because of...
It's the antics.
The antics on stage?
Yeah, we just understand that. We understand, we completely understand that it may seem as though it might be a bit more volatile and, but, I guess there's more vitriol in their eyes than what it actually is, but that goes without saying. It's with anything, you always have like the outside perspective. It's not an us versus them mentality by any means. It's just an outside perspective.
How's it going apart from that?
Apart from that, it's great.
So you're just being all wild on stage. Is that the sole problem? Have they spoken to you personally, or
no?
As in the band, they just got
haven't said anything. They just sent emails, and I'm a person with a mouth and ears, and I can listen and I can speak just as well as probably anyone at their establishment and their company, so I'd like to have a conversation with them, but it seems as though we'd like to use the means of digital text, a middleman, because they don't want to speak with me personally and our band, so it's fine. It's not.
Well, it's from a personal perspective, it'd suck if you get off the tour. I mean, like, for your live show, it's something else. I mean, you played here with Shikari a few months ago, and that was you were just saying it was your first show on the tour.
Yeah.
How do you think that one went?
That was phenomenal. It was actually, which is quite a common sort of occurrence with us, is we don't expect much when we come in. We try not to raise our anticipation, and then we play, and people are just so lovely. Like the people here in Norwich specifically were just, they were so willing, and they were just so excited, and the reciprocity was unreal. Like, as much as we gave, they gave back. They probably doubled ours. So.
I don't know if you remember this. It might be a common occurrence for you, but you completely broke the drum set. I don't know if you remind that. Like, where everything sort of fell apart, and it almost seemed like, because your drummer seems so okay with it, it's so cool. It just almost seems like you planned it. It was almost like I'm not saying obviously you did, but it was just like it's a common occurrence then. Things like that.
Yeah, things. We're very avid followers of bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam. Just the '90s when rock and roll was a little more dangerous. Not to say that we're the second coming or the champions of some sort of revival of danger, because that's not what it's about. It's just we were living in that moment, and he lived in that moment with me, and so did his cymbal stand and his kick drum. The whole setup. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, he's great. We grew up, our musical backgrounds are very much those of excitement. From James Brown, who was my favorite performer, one of my favorite performers of all time, to Kurt Cobain. These people acted on spontaneity, and that's what made their shows exciting.
So you say this stuff like this happens a lot. What's the worst? Have you had a worst thing that's happened, or have you injured yourself so badly?
Yeah, I think there's been just I guess cuts and scars, and there's been broken things, equipment usually. But I mean, for the most part, clearly it hasn't hindered us in any way, or act as any sort. There's no inhibitors that have introduce themselves into our live set yet, so we just keep going until we can't. Anthony!
Yep.
That's our drummer.
He's talking about you.
We were talking about you, actually. I just want to say thank you for the punk rock.
Thank you. Estilo punk.
Estilo punk.